Welcome guys! Today we're gonna be taking a look at the ELGATO ecosystem, all the products from ELGATO. So we're just basically gonna go through each and every single one of the products and give you guys my impressions and regarding price, quality, and basically what we need it for. It's either for streaming or gaming or both. So let's begin with the audio. So we got the Wave 1 and Wave 3 microphones. Obviously, Wave 1 is priced cheaper. Like the Wave 1 is cheaper than the Wave 3. The Wave 1 is $139.99, while the Wave 3 is a little bit more expensive. The Wave 1, I believe, it's got no knob on it, so kind of like that is the main difference from it. You can control the dial from the headphones volume and everything. But on the Wave 3, if we go back to the Wave 3, the Wave 3 has a little knob here, which you can control all your, basically your headset audio, your microphone audio, and you can select the mix audio. So you have basically a audio mixer within your microphone, which is what the Wave 1 doesn't have. And this is really good because with this microphone you actually don't need an audio mixer. So with this you can control the volume on different things on your microphone, on your headset, and the mix. So basically the mix can be your game or whatever you have set up on that. So that's really good. I mean, obviously both of the microphones are exactly the same. The price on this one is actually $169. For the difference of the pricing, I actually believe this one is much better because literally the price difference is like nothing. This is in euros, by the way. So next thing, we're gonna go to the Wave XLR, which is another sound product. The Wave XLR, I gotta be honest with you, is one of the best products they have come out with, and this is one of the latest products actually. And the Wave XLR is basically a replacement to, like, if you have a Go XLR, which I do, for example, I would say this is the best alternative and literally almost half price from the Go XLR. The Go XLR Mini is about I believe is 140. And the Go XLR, the full Go XLR is 240, I believe it is. I think it's 160 and 240. I'm not entirely sure about the exact pricing of both of them. But then we got the Wave XLR, which is 170, and it's absolutely brilliant. It basically has the mixer. I mean, what I'm saying is, if you have an XLR microphone, this will be great, and this actually can handle the SM7B. Which is just like the Go XLR, it can handle it. You don't need an amplifier, you don't need anything else. So this one has an amplifier built in. So you input here, that's the input from the Go XLR. So basically you have the power and the type, the USB-C, and you can change the plates and everything. Also, it has plenty of power. So it has up to 75 dBs to actually, increase the actual sound from your, SM7B. The SM7B actually requires about, I believe the SM7B requires about 60 dBs of extra power to power up this microphone, because this microphone needs a ton of, amplifier. And the Wave XLR actually can put up to 75, so you can actually use the SM7B with this. So it's brilliant. It's actually brilliant. That's a really good thing. So this actually, and it has a software here. So this is the software. If you guys are familiar with the Go XLR software, it's very similar, where you can control your game, your music, your the microphone. You can control everything within the software. If you have a USB microphone like the Wave 3, I wouldn't recommend you to have this, because the Wave 3 already has, the audio mixer built in within the actual microphone. So this is a pretty good, alternative to the Go XLR. I actually think this is a cheaper version and a much better version of the Go XLR, just for the sake that it's a lot cheaper and it does the exact same thing. And the software is pretty good. I would say more than the actual hardware. The software is probably the most important thing. And the software, we all know the software from ELGATO are pretty good already. And I would, I would actually, if you are thinking on buying an audio mixer, I would go for this. Then we have the extras from the ELGATO, which actually, like, literally the ecosystem from ELGATO, you can literally do everything right now. You got a pop filter if you need it for, if you have your Wave 3, for example. You can buy the pop filter, which is priced on $29.99, so it's a 30 euros. It's a tiny bit expensive. I think you can find pop filters a lot cheaper and the same quality on Amazon, for example. Then we go on to the shock mount. The shock mount is going to be priced on $39.99 as well, so another 40 bucks. Kind of expensive as well. If you ask me, I can find a lot cheaper on Amazon, on any type of any of the brands. And then you have extension rods, which you can buy from here as well. It's about 10 euros, not too bad. And then the wave panels. I actually mentioned the wave panels in the past. The wave panels are it makes me laugh because they just, like, literally the ecosystem is just going as far as, let's just even do like even acoustic foam. So they have gone and done acoustic foam. It looks really nice though. I'll give you that. It looks really nice. But I started set for like 120 euros for foam panels. That is crazy. I honestly love ELGATO, and I think they are brilliant. They actually really cool and they look really nice and whatnot. But, like, remember, guys, this is acoustic foam. This is really acoustic foam. Like, you can literally you can buy acoustic foam for a quarter of this price on any other shop. So I personally wouldn't go for this. This is like just going overboard. Like, this is just wanting to spend money for the sake of it. Then you have the shock mount, which I actually, the mic. Oh, sorry, not the shock mount. The wave mic arm. I would say 100 euros for an arm, for a mic arm, is really expensive. My arm, this one, which is holding the Shure 7B, which squeaks every single time I actually move it, cost me £10 only on Amazon. So personally, I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and this is going overboard. This is just, you have a lot of money to spend and you just want to spend money on stuff which is completely relevant to your setup. Just go and spend it. I think it's too expensive and it's not worth it. There is another mic arm, which is like the, kind of like flat mic arm, which is priced the same way, 100 euros. I think is too expensive. Let's move on to the cameras, and let's go on to one of the best products that I think ELGATO has nowadays. Is the the face cam, which is actually this is basically the equivalent of the ELGATO to the Logitech C920 webcams. So basically, this is this is the camera they have come up with, and apparently the camera is really good. I've heard some really good reviews about this camera. Still, this is a webcam, okay? So this webcam costs 200 euros. Right, let me tell you something. Instead of spending 200 euros on a webcam, okay, why don't you just wait and buy yourself a DSLR camera? Because at the price of 200 euros, you can find a camera, probably a second hand. You don't even have to buy a brand new camera. You can probably buy a DSLR camera second hand. You can find something on Amazon or on eBay for probably 100 euros more, and you can actually get yourself a DSLR camera instead of this. But counting on this, if you really want a webcam, this camera is actually pretty good. I would say it's probably the best webcam in the market right now. The price is a little bit too expensive, in my opinion. The fact that it has a cover for the webcam as well, it's great, to be honest. It's got the lenses and everything, so it's a full frame. It's equivalent to a full frame camera. It's not really a full frame, so that kind of like, I don't know. So it's got the Sony Starvis, the sensor, which obviously allows for minimum noise, heat sink and whatnot. So all the technicism still is not a full frame, in my opinion. But that's kind of like I would rather, for the price, I would rather, you know, spend my money on a DSLR camera rather than a webcam, like I said before. So you can, you know, tuning everything. You can change the FOV, you can change the exposure, the picture, the white balance. So obviously, you know, it comes with a, you know, kind of like, you know, it comes with already built in a lot of stuff. It's got 82 degrees of field of view. Obviously, if you know, with a DSLR camera, you can actually adjust your field of view on your camera depending on the lens that you're using. Obviously, the camera will give you a lot of kind of like, it's gonna be a lot more expensive. Let's just say it that way. If you go with a, you know, lens, the lens, obviously, like I said before, the lens is probably gonna be more expensive than your actual camera if you wanna go, you know, with a proper DSLR camera. So now, you know, the dynamic processing and everything, the true 30 FPS. So obviously, this is like a difference between you know, your typical webcam and the ELGATO. With this, actually, we got the road to the core. So basically, the camera goes straight onto the feed of, you know, whatever you have. Obviously, your platform, your PC, and with other webcams, you have like different things that you can. I mean, to be honest with you, this is not really a big deal. Webcam usually has 0 latency or 0.00 something, you know, latency. So kind of like, it's not much. It's not a big difference. It's almost, you know, not noticeable. You know, any kind of like lag. You're not gonna notice it. The design is pretty good. I mean, really cool design. No big deal. So the technical specifications are here. So this is one of the, you know, in my opinion, this is the best webcam right now. But the price of it is too expensive. I gotta be honest with you. If I was to pick this up, I would say I would rather wait a little bit longer and buy myself a DSLR camera. Now, if you buy yourself a DSLR camera, you need this, okay? So you need a cam link, which is priced right now at $330. So the cam link basically is gonna transfer the information from your DSLR camera to your PC. So this is what you need if you want to buy, you know, you can wait and buy yourself a DSLR camera, but also remember that you have to buy a cam link if you want to use it, which is going to be, you know, obviously what's going to transform the information from your DSLR camera to your actual PC. So the DSLR camera, you know, with the cam link is pretty good. This is what I have currently. I have a Sony A5100 with a cam link 4K. And this is actually what I'm looking for right now, which is a Camlink Pro. So the Camlink Pro is priced at 350 euros, which is crazy. It's very expensive, but the Camlink Pro actually allows you to connect 4 different DSLR cameras into your actual PC. So you can, you know, obviously I'm not gonna be using 4 DSLR cameras, but maybe a couple of DSLR cameras. They look pretty good and you can have like different angles. I have been actually looking at this to get in the future, so you can have like different angles and, you know, obviously use your camera, change your, or have different inputs at the same time, or have different, you know, kind of like if you're doing a show, it's really good because you can have like the 4 different angles and, you know, you can play with the cameras. So this is really good, you know, being able to plug 4 different cameras. And, you know, I do like this, and I'm actually personally looking for this, you know, as my next investment in the future. And then the Epoch Cam, which I actually, you know, is basically, it's like a software which will turn your camera, your phone into a webcam. So basically, you know, you can, like I said, you know, a long time ago in one of my reviews, you can actually turn your actual phone as a webcam. You know, you can use the Epoch Cam, and look at this, you can actually have a double angle with your phone, and it's, you know, it's not that, I mean, guys, the camera, the camera that you guys have on your phone is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So, you know, use it. You can use it, man. Like everyone is sleeping on, you know, you can actually have your camera. The Epoch Cam is free, which is only on 640 by 480. But if you go with the Epoch Cam Pro, which is only $8, it literally, you can put up to high definition. So it's like, it's amazing, and allows you to have a wireless connection. You don't actually have to have a wired connection to your PC. You know, basically what's gonna happen with the capture cards is, you know, you're gonna have like different versions. The HD60S